Good evening. Just going to bring this meeting to order and welcome everybody for coming tonight. And let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. All right, so Superintendent.
We have no further communications to the board, and there's no amendments or alterations to the agenda.
Thank you. And sounds like we've got our student body president here to come up and speak with us. And did you want to introduce who you are when you get up there for us? Sorry. Right there.
Just make sure that there's a green.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Ayana Mehta. I'm the student body president here at Glide High School. And to start off, I would like to talk about the elementary school. So JBC is hosting their second annual Color Run event on this Thursday, September 21st. Registration is from 5 to 6, and the runner walk will take place from 6 to 7. The classroom that raises the most money will earn a root beer float party. There will also be prizes for individual students and age bands that earn the most money and for those who complete the most laps. It is a great way to get outside with your family and support GES. All classrooms focused on learning about the Constitution last week, from the Ladybug kindergarten classes writing their own classroom constitution to the third graders reading We the Kids, to fifth graders comparing and contrasting the U.S. Constitution to the Oregon Constitution and the Coquille Indian Tribes Constitution. Everyone learned a lot in age-appropriate lessons. Our new play structure and play shed are a hit. The students are enjoying every minute of recess as they build their houses on the obstacle course, and no one misses the rubber chips. GMS, our cross-country volleyball and football teams have been going full steam and are glad to be bringing home some wins. Please check our district athletic calendar to come out and support our student athletes. Mr. Halter's Health and Wellness, we have run our first mile for a baseline starting point and are working on our conditioning in the weight room to improve our times. RCA in the house, we are looking forward to choosing house leaders within the month as we continue to build our team chants and focus on academics. As for Glide High School, lots of students going in lots of directions. Ms. Johns on my own classes recently learned how to harvest and can beans, beets, pickles, and watermelons. They began with harvesting the produce and fruit from the Leanne farms, then worked with Ms. Strong and Mr. Odell to clean, prep, pickle, and can the fruit of their labor. It was a fantastic unit and has sparked many students' interest in purchasing their own equipment and canning in the future. Athletics, homecoming weeks, yes that's right, weeks plural, is coming. For this year, to accommodate parent conferences, we are kicking off homecoming on October 9th at our JV football game. Our seniors will be painting the senior rock that day and their parking spots later that week. We will be encouraging students to attend all of our home athletic games for that week. We'll be encouraging, through October 9th through the 21st. The student body has themes for each home football, soccer, and volleyball games to encourage students to join us as well. We will host our Wildcat Bowl, which is what used to be Powder Puff, on October 18th. This game will be followed by a bonfire. As for the name, I am working towards a name all students will agree with if administration allows. What used to be He-Man will now be called Volleybuff. As of right now, Volleybuff will be during the high school success classes, and I am working towards also moving volleyball to the night if the schedule allows. Our court will be honored at our football game on October 20th, and we will have our homecoming dance on October 21st. Students are super excited for the upcoming events, and we will have several parents signed up to help us with the dance and other activities that week. It's going to be a great celebration. The Outdoor Club went on their first trip of the year to the Howlock Trail near Diamond Lake. 13 students went, they had tons of fun, and they learned lots. I believe Mr. Long will be further discussing their trip tonight. The Science Club has the annual Seattle trip planned. It'll be the first week of March, and the Iceland trip is being planned for this summer. The Ron Clark Leadership Academy, we are excited about sending Glide 5th through 12th grade students with Miss Hopkins, Mr. Odell, Miss Beard, and Dr. Haug to gain leadership skills and bring back some additional RCA-isms to our hallway in October. Stay tuned to hear more about their trip at the October board meeting. Please check our daily bulletin online to read about all the great field trips and learning opportunities we have planned for students every week.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Anna, can you leave a copy of that with Miss LaRue or give us a copy to put in our minutes? Thank you so much.
All right, and I do believe that we have a presentation about the trail cats.
Can you guys hear this okay? Awesome. Okay, well, thanks for taking the time to listen to us this evening. If you do notice, we just all finished either soccer practice or cross-country practice, so we're probably all a little smelly, but if you smell anything bad, just it's Dan, not us. So just to give you guys a heads up there. So a little bit of context on the outdoor club and our trail crew. We originally cooked up this idea to partner with Source One Serenity back at the end of last year. It's a veteran group, and they do a lot of trail work in the Boulder Creek Wilderness area. And we thought it'd be super cool to partner with Source One and the Forest Service and the Glide High School Outdoor Club. And so we went out to Pine Bench, and these guys will talk about the whole slideshow. But that's some of the context. And we had such a good time, and the kids had such a good time that Mr. Shaw, Lauren, and myself spent a lot of time this summer getting trained up and certified through the Forest Service. So a lot of hours working with the Forest Service and getting our certification so then we could take our own crews out. And so this was a collaborative effort on the first one with Source One and the Forest Service. And then the Howlock Mountain Trail that we just did was Glide High School Trail Cats and just the Forest Service. So we have our own Trail Cats that goes out to dispatch and all those cool things. So we're gonna let these guys start off, and then I'll kind of chime in as needed. And
alrighty, my name's Ben Atkin, and I'm with the Trail Cats. So yeah. Oh. Okay, so this first slide, we were driving down to the wilderness down in Toketee, and a car broke down, and we were fixing the tire, learning from Devin Sandoval, and yeah, we were learning to fix the tire. It was a lot of fun. It was a fun experience. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. This is the like going out working on the trail briefing. We were learning about like safety and what to look out for and everything like that. What we're gonna do out there. This is just a photo of us. We're all standing next to each other with our tools and our hard hats, safety equipment. Yeah, we need that. And we're getting ready to go out and work on the trail. This is us actually working on the trail with our hand tools. So the trail originally was where we're all standing, but since the wilderness actually grew onto the tread, we had to dig it out and put it, like, reestablish where the trail was. Yeah. And we are, this is like the trail pretty much reestablished and completely done. See, it's like completely free of brush, and there's no brush on the sides. Even horses can walk through there. It's big enough for that.
Hello everyone, my name is Brady Tudor and I'm with the Trail Cats. In this first slide here, we're getting a brief from Mr. Shaw, and he's explaining the instructions on how to do the trail work itself and how to use our tools safely so no one gets hurt. Here we actually are beginning the process of trail work, and we are making sure that each side is the same length and that it's good for human travel and horses so they can make it through without any obstacles in their way. This is the final look of when we were done after hours of hard work, and we made sure all the brush was out of the way, all the little limbs, and yeah, looks great. So here in the wilderness area, you're not allowed to use power tools. So we are using a crosscut saw to get a big tree out of the way, and so yeah, that's just Devin and Logan getting out of the way so horses and people can travel through.
Hello, my name is Josiah Long, and I'm also with the Trail Cats. And so in this photo, we took the bus ride up to the Diamond Lake Horse Corrals, and we took off down the trail and found this tunnel. And so we decided to take a group photo before we headed out on the actual trail. In this photo, we have a crew working on a downed tree to get it out of the way to make room for a human and horses also. In this photo, we have another crew manually moving a tree out of the way, which was pretty much most of the work was manual because of how the tree size, which were pretty small. In this photo, we have a group using a handsaw, which was pretty commonly used this trip because of how small the trees were. And then you see beyond that group, there was another group bumping by, which is what we call when we go around another group working. In this photo, we're using a crosscut saw again, and even though this isn't a wilderness area, we're still using hand tools because we're not trained on power tools. Too young for that. Yeah, old enough. We're not old enough either.
Hello, my name is Dexter Allison, and I'm a part of the Trail Cats as well. So here in this picture, we have everyone using the bandsaw, or the crosscut saw log, because it was a really big log, and we couldn't use the handheld saws. So we used that, and eventually the log started to bind, so we put in wedges so it wouldn't bind, and then finished off with hand saws to get the log out of the way. This is everyone eating lunch after heading probably roughly 6 miles into the trail, and everyone had a good lunch. This is us getting ready. We are just leaving, and that's the Timothy Meadows behind us. It was really cool, but it was also burnt down, so would have been nicer if the trees weren't burnt down. This is us walking back, and all the trees, as you can tell, is burnt. And we had the thing called a blood bubble, so everyone would stay at least a solid foot away from each other when holding the saw so you didn't get injured while walking, because if someone stopped and you couldn't hear them, you could get injured by one of the hand saws, axes, shovels, anything, basically. This is Ben holding the stick up, the log up, so he didn't remove so this is Ben using the log so he wouldn't the bend of the log so it would be easier to cut while Mr. Shaw is cutting under the log. This is us just walking back from all of the hard work we did, and lots of fun. I got to hang out with my friends, and it was a lot of fun, bonding. with all of our equipment and our hard hats. It was lots of fun. And then this is us after. You can see in the corner Josiah is wearing his hard helmet sideways because he got hit in the head maybe. I'm not positive, sure, but yeah. That's it.
Sorry about that. We're digressing there. So kind of the next step is kind of looking at different grants and funding, and we would like to kind of research some different ideas and options on maybe a surplus fire vehicle, and that way we can transport our trail cats out into different areas, because as of now it's a school-sponsored activity, but we can only go where a bus can take us, so it's pretty limited on where we can go. But if we can get a surplus fire vehicle, a transport vehicle, 15-passenger bus, then we can get into a lot more trails. So just a heads up, that's kind of our future thoughts and all that. So thank you guys for your time, and thank you guys for as well.
Yeah, thank you.
So Abe, Director Quimby would like resumes on all these boys, please. So.
Okay, now we are going to do some staff recognition of some folks that have been here for quite some time. So, Tim?
Well, I got a green light. So, well, there's 4 people we'd like to recognize, and because they've all been here over 30 years. I understand that because I've been doing what I've been doing for 30 years. So I can appreciate at least a little bit about putting in 30 years. But wow, at school, that's even more. So the first person I'd like to recognize is has been here 30 years, 11 months, and 25 days. Started 9/21/1992, and that's Twyla Beloy. Come on up, Twyla. No. No, horrible. Thank you very much, Twyla. The next person I'd like to recognize has been here for as a well, that goes for Twyla too. She's been here for longer than 30 years. We went to school together. Same with the next person. Been an employee for 31 years, 2 months, 24 days, and hired 6/22 of 1992, and former choir person with me, Lynn Hill. Or I should say I was with her. She knew way more than me. Thank you very much, Lynn. "32 years and 20 days ago, on 8/26/1991, Kathleen Cole came on board. Thank you, Kathleen. And the fourth person we'd like to recognize started 37 years and 15 days ago on 8/27/1986. Carolyn Dyer.
Thank you all so much. That amount of time is absolutely astounding, especially in today's day. Okay. So now we're going to, I would accept a motion for approving the consent agenda. All righty, all in favor? Aye. Okay, that's approved. Yes. Oh yeah, you're right. I even circled it, so I went for, sorry. So public participation. Okay, so anyone that has completed a yellow card wishing to address the board concerning their agenda or non-agenda items may do so when called upon. Persons addressing the board must first state their full name and address for the record, including whether they are a resident of the Glide School District. All remarks should be to the entire board and not individual members. 30 minutes have been set aside for public comment period with a limit of 3 minutes per speaker as needed. A timekeeper will keep track of the time, and the board requests the speaker please end their public comment if they reach the end of their allotted time. The board reserves the right to delay their response to any questions or comments until they can be fully informed on the matter. Public comment is not a time for dialogue, is an opportunity for the board to listen and take notes, limiting the interaction to clarifying questions only. The board cannot entertain or consider complaints until they have first been addressed as part of the board policy, KL. Also, Oregon law prohibits the board from discussing specific district employees or their job performance in a public meeting. So, and we appreciate your time and understanding these rules and requirements. So, Janae Trimble wanted to talk about Constitution Week.
On, good. But you said it was a blue light, it's a green light. So. Happy Constitution Week. Last Sunday, September 17th, was the day in Philadelphia the Constitution was signed in 1787. Last week, our Moms for Liberty chapter delivered 825 pocket constitutions for 8th grade students in the school districts of Roseburg, Oakland, North Douglas, Winston-Dillard, South Umpqua, Camas Valley, Days Creek, Glendale, and also a private school, Geneva Academy. The superintendents and principals and teachers were all appreciative of the donations that were provided by the 917 Society in preparation for Constitution Week, which is this week. Promoting the Constitution through outreach to our schools and community is one of the most important volunteer jobs we as citizens can do. Regardless who provides the document, the U.S. Constitution is still the U.S. Constitution. I hope next year the Glide School District will participate in the 917 Society's donation program. The preamble of the United States Constitution states, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." If you want a pocket constitution, give one to somebody. There's some in the back. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Abby Malik wanted to talk about accreditation.
Abby Malik, I'm in Dixonville in the district. So understanding this is not, I understand it's not a dialogue, but just a question to put into the record that maybe we can get something back on is, what is the status of our high school accreditation? I understand that when Mr. Sensabaugh mentioned it during the process during at the Zoom only school board meeting, I don't remember if it was for sure April or May of this year, having spoken with at least one staff member, I was under the understanding that that was about the time that the staff in general was made aware of that data gathering process. And then upon some further research, I was told by the organization that does the accreditation, that Glide was in an extension for that process. So I would just like to know, I think that, it would be a great idea if we could get a full report on the status at an upcoming meeting of where we are with the accreditation process, and maybe some context as to how we happen to be in multiple extensions of this process for our school. And then secondarily to that, on that note, I would like to know what our official process or procedure is for acquiring staff emails. I've had to jump through a lot of procedural hoops, so to speak, spent $1,000 and still have not got the full public record requests finalized yet. Recently, another community member submitted to, I believe, this board copies of staff school emails apparently given to him by his girlfriend and not gone through the same process that I've gone through with the public records request. So I was just wondering if we could, if somebody could get in touch with me or make this official process for procedures, for public record procedures requests known, so that we're all playing on the same field. That's the last thing I would say is that I've been at this podium before with the different Glide School Board, but different members, and said that we are all of us on the same team here, are the people, staff members, board members, parents, community members, and that if we're all on the same team, then all of the kids, not just mine, but all of the kids and their academics and life-enriching school experience should be put first. And if somebody's first priority isn't the students, then maybe they need to take another look at their motives. I know that there are many people in all of these groups, whether it be staff, parents, community, whose views and perspectives that I probably differ with if we were to sit down, but I believe that we have this in common, and I know they have a huge heart for the kids in these regards as far as school and academics and all of the things that come with all of that. And so I just think that if we're all putting that first as our motive, I think that we can overcome a lot of the things that we've differed about over the last several months. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. So Superintendent Freeman.
So we're going to move into our agenda items. Our first order of business is to put in front of you the classified collective bargaining agreement. But before I ask you to do so, I want to recognize a couple people who are in the audience today, and they were part of the classified bargaining group. And so Sarah and Jimmy, if you guys could stand up, I just want to give a round of applause for these people. As your new superintendent, I was brought in at the end of that process, and I will tell you that these two people, along with two other people and their leadership, represented their organization very professionally and civilly, and I really feel like we went through a very professional process to come to an agreement that honors our classified staff and values them. The highlights of that contract reflect a 2-year contract with a 9% cost of living in the first year that we did retro back to July 1st, and then a 7% cost of living increase in the second year, along with increase in benefits. I recommend that you approve the contract. Their organization voted. And I don't know the history of Glide, but I'll tell you the history that I've been involved in schools. I've never, ever seen a unanimous vote. Their organization unanimously voted in favor of this contract. I urge you to do the same thing.
All right, well, I will entertain a motion to approve the ratification of the Glide classified bargaining as presented.
Madam Chair, I'm going to step out of this piece because I've got vested interest.
Oh, gotcha.
those negotiations, and I'm sorry I was not at the end. That work thing gets in the way sometimes. Do appreciate you getting there. I know we were really close. It was sad. We needed just a little more time. I would like to make a motion to approve the ratification of the Glide classified bargaining contract as presented.
I'll second that.
All right. Any discussions or questions? All right, then vote. All those in favor, say aye. Okay. All right, and motion passes.
Excellent. I'll move on to agenda item number 2. As we started this year, we noticed that we erroneously put 2 activities on the same day. I'm sure the teachers were very excited about that because the teachers were going to get double paid for a day. But I did work with the Teachers Association and their leadership, and together we recognized the error and we made that adjustment. So according to their CBA, teachers are paid for 170 days. Of those 170 days, where am I at? Of their 170 days, 147 are student contact days, 12 days are in-service days, 6 are teacher work days, and 5 are paid holidays. That all adds up to 170. An in-service day and a teacher work day or a student contact day were placed on the same Friday. We moved the in-service day to October 6th. So on the calendar that is on page 14, it represents the adjusted calendar. And the only difference is if you'll look at October, on October 13th, that's identified as a conference day. Just a little caveat there. Teachers and the district have agreed to work late Wednesday and Thursday night in exchange for working that Friday, but we still need to show that as a student contact day to meet our number of days. And we move the in-service day to October 6th. So you'll see that's reflected as a blue day on your calendar. So I ask you to make a motion to approve the adjusted calendar.
And all right, I will entertain the motion to approve the revised 2023 to 24 district calendar as presented.
I move to approve revised 2023-24 district calendar as presented.
I can second.
Okay, any discussion around that?
Just ask what the process will be for communicating this change with parents who might have childcare issues.
Yeah, so I did put a email out to our staff, letting them know that I was going to bring this change to the board tonight. Once it's approved by you guys, then we will post that and get that out on our parent view and all of our social media platforms. So try to get it out as much as possible. So as far as, let me clarify that. I think as far as parents, it doesn't impact them because we are talking Fridays. It's really our staff, our teachers have to work on October 6th, where previously they had that day off.
Any other questions? All right, so all those in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, motion passes. All right, Superintendent Freeman, your report.
Okay. On to reports. Thank you, Chair Atabey. I have 2 reports that I would like to share with the board tonight. Director Holland had asked at our last meeting to give an update on our student enrollment, so I would like to do so at this moment. So what on page 15, you will see a chart that reflects the ending student population as of June of last year and what our current student population is. And so for the audience, I will read through that for you. At elementary school, we ended last year at 393 students. We started this year at 414 students. In middle school, we ended at 122 students last year. We started at 109 students this year. In high school, we ended last year at 194 students, and we began this year with 202 students. So for total, last spring, we ended the school year with 709 students, and this fall, we're starting with 725 students, so an increase in student population. Any questions over that? I would like to add another student information in my report. Several people had asked me about transfers in and out of the district, so I just want to give you some numbers. Again, using last year compared to this year. So last year, we had 138 students coming into the district, and we had 47 going out of the district. This year, to start the year, we have 95 students that are coming into our district and 26 students who are leaving the district. Those numbers are very fluid as we move throughout the year. Director Shaw?
Couple of questions. Is that spread through elementary, middle school, and high school, or is it really one grade, or not one grade, but one level?
So it is. It's actually throughout the entire school district, K-12. There really isn't peaks or declines that are noticeable. And in reviewing the reasons why, the reasons vary. Several students that are leaving our school district, it has to do with family dynamics where a parent is working in another city and it's more convenient for them to enroll their student in another school district. Happy to say that people that come into our district are very happy to be part of the Glide School District, and they speak very highly of our district and they want that relationship to continue.
Follow-up, it's probably not a surprise, I presume, but let's move from I think to I know. Are bulk of those from Roseburg, or are we getting folks from further out?
We are getting folks from all around, but the bulk of students coming into our district are from Roseburg, and the same the other way. Most of our students go to Roseburg.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, we still, oh no, I'm sorry, it's financial.
Okay. And then Carolyn, did you want to give us the financial report?
You guys have the financials in your packet, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's happening in the business department the last couple of weeks. We're actually day 3 into audit this week, so we've been super busy getting data together and answering questions, and I have to say I'm very thankful for CJ Roberts for coming back and helping me out through my first audit. So she's been giving me very valuable information. So and then I also wanted to touch on, we've also had American Fidelity signups this week, so that's been another added busyness for employees to meet and do their Section 125 options. And then I just want to give a shout out to Rebecca Dozier. She's here at the district office now, which is totally awesome, and she did her first AP check run today, and we were very excited. She did an excellent job, and she's also been doing training in payroll. So. And payrolls was extra busy because we had the retro pay, and that hats off to Rachel with ESD, who's still doing payroll, and Rebecca, who helped her out, and then CJ and I also were doing stuff for that too. So it's been a pretty busy week.
Sounds like it. Alrighty. Superintendent Freeman.
Okay, so on pages 16 and 17 in your packet, you will see the Glide School District Healthy and Safe School Plans. What this is declaring who is in charge of certain aspects of that. All we have to do is present that to the board. So this is me officially presenting it to the board. Quickest report ever.
I like it. Thank you. Right, and I believe we have Kathleen Cole and Carolyn Dyer giving us our staff report, since Jennifer Anderson is somewhere else. She's in Atlanta, Georgia. I knew it was going to come to me.
Hi, Carolyn and I are here to talk for our union president, Doug Anderson, who is on this huge trip to the Ron Clark Academy in Georgia. And usually this is when, sorry, can you know I'm sorry. And usually she comes and talks about the new staff members that we have. And I kind of wish that our new staff members were also here, but they are not. Carolyn, do you want to go first? I'm really excited to tell you about the 2 new staff members at Glide Elementary this year. They are Heidi Robeson, who is teaching 5th grade, and she's graduated from Glide. And she's such a great fit for our staff. We really enjoy having her, and she brings a calmness and a kindness to Glide Elementary. So she's a great person to have on staff. Another amazing person that we have new to the Glide Elementary staff is Mackenzie Norton. She actually was an assistant in our district last year. She graduated from Douglas High. She's gone to Montana State University, and she's working on getting her teaching credentials from WGU. And 2 amazing things about Mackenzie are her organizational skills and her conscientiousness. And to bring that to special ed is really important. So she's 2 amazing additions to the Glide Elementary School.
Awesome.
Okay. So here's the thing. We have 3 new staff members between the middle school and the high school. And none of them are here, which is so too bad, because it'd be so much more interesting if I could be like, look, this is so-and-so. But that's not the case. So you just have to use your imagination. We have a new band director, and his name is Nicholas Green. He's a first-year teacher. He's from the Portland area. He is on my house team for Altruismo, and that guy has so much energy, I can't even believe it. And he does this thing where if we're doing our cheer, he leans back like this, and he just starts shouting stuff in different cadences, and it's really cool. And just so everyone knows on the record, that Altruismo is going to win every one of those class calls, because he is awesome. So I hope you guys get a chance to meet him, because he's super nice, and he's also on the trip. We also have a new science teacher, and his name is Tobias McRoby. He likes to call himself Mr. Mac, and he's really excited about getting our kids into robotics. And that's such a cool program.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about robots, but that's pretty cool. And he kind of blew me away, because we had an assembly that Robert was at the end of the first week of school, where all of the teachers and all the IAs and Robert and all the administrative people, everyone who works with kids, was standing in the middle of the gym, and we were supposed to introduce ourselves. And so it goes way, 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 way down the line. He's like almost at the end of the line. And when he gets there, he just rips out this cool rap about who he is. And it was like nobody said anything was going to be rapped. And he just rapped it all, and it all rhymed and made us all look really bad. But he was really cool. So he's a good guy. And he's from New Mexico, and he used to be in the military. He's taught before. He's a really good guy. The other person that we have is new to our staff this week. The new FFA advisor and teacher is Becky Beam. I can say that I had Becky Beam in class when she was a student, when I was a high school teacher. And she's a good person from way back. And I was really excited at the beginning of the year, because even though she wasn't here at the beginning of the year, Ben Kircher had just the best things to say about her and how her program would be so amazing. And right now she's working really hard to meet parents of ag students and to just learn stuff. I went in and checked on her today, and she said, I'm really excited. I want to set up lights in the greenhouse. And she's like, and I was thinking I'd do that. And I was like, no, not putting up lights yourself. We have people here who know about electricity. And she was like, oh. So she's enthusiastic and she's not afraid to get dirty. So that's cool. And I think that she'll be a really positive member of our staff. So I also super excited. I think we're lucky to have these people. So
Excellent. All right. So time for individual director reports. So Dan, do you have anything you want to report back? Any interesting ODOT stories or? I did see
Okay, I am not speaking as the Oregon Department of Transportation. Just make that clear, but I know a guy. And there is a sign issue out in front of the school. And I, as of tonight, I messaged the guy and said, hey, I might hear about this tonight. And we should probably have an answer. And the answer is the contractor has to fix it. And apparently they ordered the wrong parts. And our sign guy didn't know that until I messaged him tonight. And so tomorrow we're coming out and fixing the signs. But the contractor didn't let them know that they got the wrong signs. So, so as of tomorrow, there will be some sort of signage change to make us legal. And then there will be a project coming with the contractor to fix it later. But I'm not speaking on behalf of the Oregon Department of Transportation. I'm just speaking on behalf of, I know a guy.
Cool.
So
Thank you.
I can give you that update.
I like it. Director Holland, do you have anything you want to report?
I just want to say a personal thank you to Twyla. Her mom was actually my school bus driver growing up. We were neighbors right across the road. So it's really amazing, and I just want to acknowledge that your family for taking care of our kids and driving them safely to school. Really appreciate it. I think as a parent, that's one of the things, you know, letting somebody else take your child, and I just really appreciate and acknowledge the trust that that takes to the parents and all of us. So I did want to say that. I also are we going to talk about public comment? Is it something we talk about, but we don't know? Like, can I say, I would like to just acknowledge public comment and say that it would be, I would really like to hear an update on the school accreditation, and so we can have that to the.
And I wrote all that stuff down here to make sure that we. Director Quimby?
I don't have a lot, but I did bring ice cream and there wasn't very many people here to eat it, and I'm kind of disappointed. We had to give some to the kids and there wasn't even enough of them. Well, I think my wife took it back because it would be milkshakes now. So
there's milkshakes out front, I guess.
always come, there might be, come 15 to 20 minutes early, always. Might get something, you never know.
Along those lines, can I add that maybe at the next board meeting, I've convinced my sister Becky, who does all of the great treats for the kids on the football team, to bring. We're gonna make something, so we will have something.
Ooh. I like that. It'll be like our trick or treat board meeting. All right. Director Shaw, did you have anything you'd like to report?
I just want to say that it's really, really cool to have Lynn and Twyla having gone to school with you guys and still here. That's fantastic. I mean, it shows dedication to the school and also the community. I'm kind of sad and I'm kind of glad, but I just bought a house and I'm moving out of Dixonville. And I've been a long time Dixonville. So it was Glide, it was Toketee, it was Dixonville. But no, we just bought a house off of Wild River Drive. And so I'm hoping, though, that I can use that as a jump off point to do more things here and drop in more often and just play a greater role here, since I'm closer to here. And that, of course, always depends on, I'm still working full-time, and of the last 6 weeks, I've spent 4 in Alaska on Kodiak Island on a major U.S. Coast Guard project. So that sometimes takes me away, but appreciate your patience with me. So looking forward to being closer in the neighborhood.
Awesome, and congrats on the house. So
and then you're
party at your house.
I don't want to get into your stuff, but you're going to talk about our training we had the other day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, I wanted to thank everyone. We had a meeting on Monday with OSBA, Steve Kelly, who did a training, a personalized training with us. So thank you, everyone that were able to attend. And what we did get out of that is a nice little outline for kind of what we've got planned to get accomplished in the next few months. So we are going to be working on our strategic vision, which is going to help set our strategic plan, which the district has not had for, I want to say, about maybe 8 years. So pretty important because that guides everything that we do for the kids. Number 3, we wanted to come up with some authentic and meaningful ways for community engagement. So in the very near future, we will be reaching out to everyone for input about what's meaningful, what that means. So for folks. And then also we talked to OSBA and are on the calendar to get some policy updates and get in alignment with ORS. So that's pretty exciting. Yes. All of the policies will be updated. Yeah. 91. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty alarming to realize that a lot of our policies are from what seems like yesterday to some of us is actually kind of a few years ago. So all of our policies will be looked over and make sure they're all up to date and in alignment. And we've already got a great mechanism in place to keep those updated. So we're all really excited. That means a lot of meetings in the next several months, but that's okay because it's really important work that we need to get done. And it will help, I think, set the direction for our district in a really positive way. So, and yeah, that's about it. Also, Twyla drove my daughter also, and my daughter thought she was wonderful. So I just want to say, if Jade likes you, you're good. So, alrighty. Any other last minute comments or questions?
I may be deer hunting at the next meeting. So
Oh, well, yeah.
I may be headed east, so not that
Cool.
day, so may not be here. I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, and I wish you luck in your endeavors. Oh, that's right. Yes. Also, we noticed an error on our December meeting schedule that it had accidentally been scheduled when we have there's during winter break. So we've moved that up to the previous Wednesday. So that should be reflected. So that will be December 13th, not December 20th, and that should be reflected on the website. All right, thank you all for coming. Meeting adjourned.